It's time. Okay. Yo, slow down, could never catch up with a fast mouth. Where you're humble on the sleeve and it'll pass down. Into rebellion when them holes open in the ground. There's just some things I don't never wanna find out. So back, 50 feet, I'll never be around. Juggling foolishness, I used to try and be a clown. Rapping love for my brother's best gift in town. Shout out the mainframe for teaching us what it's about. Big Mo, Nate Line in the building now. We built a funeral to tell the old man out. Give a shout, raise your hand, stomp it out. Whatever make it better, that's the mission that I'm on. Truly righteous living, carve a path to the throne. Ruach in my members, put a fire in my bones. Spirit in my house, put me in a zone. Run a marathon till we get home.
No more in fighting, it's just time to grow.
Let's go.
I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
Our brother supposed to feel when you beat him up. Stepping on him, make him feel inferior. Enough breaking down, it's time for the lifting up. Purpose of the book is working on interior. Return of the people, put it on the video. Pray and prophesy, we do it on the really though. There's a bunch of people scared, we serving Yado. They can't understand they took it for Diablo. We do it L's way, ain't talking about no Bronco. Because of that, he got us covered like a poncho. Hallelujah, praise Yah when I ride slow. I'm just making music for the people on the humble. We remember Saul, y'all pause on this whole view. Just like that, cause seen the evil to control you. Either let them mold you or y'all might expose you. Fuse and implode cause you never killed the old.
No more in fighting, it's just time to grow. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
I'm doing all that I can to be the best man. No hate, carry love for the brethren. Hope the crown is on our head once the race is ran. Into royalty and rule in a distant land. I'm a Shiach, I'm a follow, I'm a big fan. It's us from Rebirth, please say hello to Dad. I'm gonna repent every time life gives the chance. When you coming back?
No more in fighting, it's just time to grow.
Let's go, fam.
I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
We the people, Shema, Israel. 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 We the people of the book. I stay humble, I ain't even boasting. I'm just here telling you facts. No more secret, it's gotta be spoken. We out here living a lie. 3/5, but they say that we equal. So put your hands up in the sky. Represent for the chosen people. Melanin, yeah, we got a lot of it. I can see the fear in them when they look at it. Lacking understanding, cause it's their nature. They don't fear God, but concerned about some glaciers. They always wanna justify, define themselves not guilty. Pride so puffed up high, living in iniquity. We the people, Shema, Israel. 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 the people that they took. I stay humble, I will not be shaken. My people are starting to wake up. Their minds scrambling, need a shake up. They rewriting history, whitewashing images, forgery. It's all a conspiracy, crafty counsel from our enemies. They stole our identities, done away with our heritage. Had us working in the fields, broken, we can't get no settlement. So cruel, they took it too far on them people that resemble Kadar. Perpetually, they really hate us, but we quickly coming out of our haters. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Israel. We the people, Shema, Shema, Israel.
Shouts out to my people, miserable to straight hallelujahs. 400 years, better let it move ya. Messiah coming, better let it soothe ya. Whoever knew we would be great. On the slave ships, we were stowaways. Never made sense that we were throwaways, but it makes sense we hit fadeaways. We serving the ultimate power. The most high, get them hands high. His son in the ultimate hour. Same people eating that manna. But we gotta get that bread. In the raised lines, carry no manners. It's the true now, Lord in my head. Ironic, we grew up in wars. Projects, boroughs, in the ghettos. Between us, there's always a war. Check out Kings and the Chronicles. Brothers overseas, same movie. Escape out of Israel. Worship and praise out of our caves. Dancing is all in our dreams.
We're the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We're the people, Shema, Israel. We're the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We're the people, Shema, Israel. We're the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We're the people, Shema, Israel. We're the people, Shema, Shema, Israel. We're the people. We're the people. We're the people. Oh, we're the people.
Shalom, 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 y'all. It's Michael Israel. As you can see, we got a great lesson today. It's really gonna be right at the center of things. As you know, I'm about results. So this lesson is gonna really be result oriented. Good to see all y'all tuning in. I got a couple of announcements that I want to bring out. And then we'll get started with the lesson. A couple important things that's very applicable to things that are going on that I want to definitely put out there. Okay. So yeah. So let's see. Okay, so let me get my shaloms out of the way. Shalom, Sister Sanawa. Good to see you in there. Good to see all y'all up in the morning. But shalom, sis. How's that weather up there in New York? Let me know. I know it's freezing up there. And then Mikael Gabar. I know it's probably even colder out there. Y'all out in Chicago. Shalom, Mark. Good to see you up in the morning. Shalom, Sister Tammy. Dana, shalom. Good to see you in there. Shalom to the Mishpachah watching over there on YouTube. Shalom, daughter of Yah. Good to see you in there. Shalom, Bridget. Good to see you tuning in. Shalom to you. Naomi. I think I got that right. Shalom. Good to see you in there. Glad y'all tuning in. I see y'all still coming in, so I'm going to just kind of take my time. Yeah, I got a couple things that I need to talk about that are, they're pretty important. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get this information up here. and we could get started with things. So just bear with me. Good to see everybody still coming in. I know everybody's still waking up and everything like that. Okay. So the first thing is, I'm sure if you haven't seen, in New Zealand, this guy, he went in a mosque and shot it up. I think he went in 2 mosques and shot them up, killed like 50 people or something. Okay, so real briefly, all right, and this is the dude right here. Okay, and y'all holler at me. I managed, because what he did, he had all right, let me close this because it's acting up. So the dude had a semi-automatic shotgun. Okay, that is a beast weapon. And what I pulled up here, if you, I'm not sure what type of rounds he was running through the thing, but if you take a shotgun that, and it's semi-automatic, so that means you could just go boom, boom, like that. You don't have to cock it or anything. It's just boom, boom, boom. As fast as you could squeeze the trigger is as fast as it shoots. And you put some double-aught buck in it, which it has 9 or more pellets in it, the size of 9mm rounds. I mean, that's one hit kills, and you're hitting multiple people at the same time because the spread on that thing. So, and I actually have the video, because the dude strapped the camera to himself and live streamed himself in there, because he live streamed it to social media of him going in there and shooting these people. One hit kills, man. One hit with that, and you're going down. And the dude, I mean, it was brutal. And he was knocking them down, and I quickly realized, you know, that, hey, you know, because if you watch the people in there, because from being in the military, and I do a lot of weapons training, I have a lot of weapons, well, I have some weapons and stuff like that. But anyway, from being in the military, you know, we're trained on, I forget the name of the training, but what to do when you're in a situation like that. And they made every mistake you could make. He went in one room, and on the left and right, on the corners, on the left and on the right, the people were just in the corner, huddled over. And he just bop, 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 just taking them out. Brutal. They made every mistake you could make, man. And that's why the death toll was so high. With that said, Spirit led me on this thing that May 26th. We were already going to do this, but I see an added importance to do it. But May 26th, which is Memorial Day weekend or whatever, so that Monday I'm going to have off. So May 26th in Atlanta, and I already have the venue set up because we were going to do this before, but I'm doing a self-defense and security training course. It would be weapons safety training, self-defense training, survival and evasion, and just what to do in if somebody comes in a building shooting, because you're not supposed to just. One of the options is to hide, but another option is to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all, because it's going to be security training also, how to secure our events and Shabbat meetings and all that. Because, I mean, it's only a matter of time before stuff like this goes down in one of our own, you know what I'm saying? So we got to be wise. Be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. We ain't trying to go out there and shoot folks up. But, I mean, you got dudes like this, and this dude was good, man. Like, he was trained up, man, and he had, you know, he had the weapon on. So anyway, we got to be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. We're not going out there trying to be an aggressor, but damn it, we're going to have ourselves protected. So I'm doing, it's going to be on that weekend. That's tentative. It's not solid yet, but I have 90% certainty that I already have the facility secured and all that. It was going to be a live fire event or whatever, where I was going to show people how to shoot the weapons, but there's too much involved in all that. We're going to just introduce them to certain weapons. We're going to show them how why certain weapons are better for security, you know, what the best weapons are for what, and the benefits and all that stuff like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, that situation that they had with the mosque, I'm gonna just be 100. Running and hiding in a situation like that are not options, because you got your family in there. Fighting is, you gotta fight. A guy tried, like I said, I got the video of him in there, you know, shooting. A dude tried to run past him and he just lit him up. That dude should have dived into him. I mean, the people were in a corner. It was like, I don't know, man, it looked like 15 people in a corner like that. And it was just like a turkey shoot. It was like target practice. If somebody comes up in an event and you got your kids there and all that, hiding is not an option. Okay? It's only fighting. It's war. Ready? Let's die. It's time to die. You know? Have that King David spirit of boldness, all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm just putting that out there, right? Like, because this needs to be known right now. You need, like, and I'm glad I got the video, because when I do the conference, I'm gonna play that video and show all the mistakes that were made. And I'm gonna tell you, when somebody comes in a building, and you gotta understand this, when somebody comes in a building and shoots a shotgun, immediately you're disoriented, because the concussion of that gun going off disorients your mind. The shock wave hits you, boom, you can feel it. No matter where you at in the building, you can feel it, the shock wave, because it's so loud. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, it's imperative that we get folks trained up quick and soon. But this is what I am going to tell you right now. For your Shabbat meetings, if something like this happens, y'all, especially the men, you got to take the fight to this person. You got to run at him and dive at him. Everybody do. All the men, whatever. There's no running. There's no hiding. The biggest mistake they made is they were running and hiding. Now that works if you're at a workplace and you could care less about the people around you. But if you're in a place, if somebody comes in your home and is attacking your family, ain't no running and hiding. Somebody got to die up in that mud. It ain't gonna be me. That ain't gonna be the intent of my mind. So if something like this happens in one of your Shabbat meetings or one of our things, take the fight to them. There is no running and hiding. It's fight. If somebody had dived on them, then another person could have dove on them, and then it would have been over. But the people were trying to run and hide, and because of that, the death toll was so high. I'm just gonna have to take a shot to the face. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm going out fighting, because these are my loved ones. So that's the most important thing I can say right now. But like I said, May 26th, we're going to do a self-defense, weapons safety, security conference. And we're going to educate people on how to secure their homes, their events, protect themselves, and defend themselves. Because these people deem it, this is going to be the norm. And this is war between these two nations. You know, you gonna see the Muslims go blow something up now. And I mean, that's all I'm gonna say on that. A lot of information will be coming forth soon. So let me get off that topic. All right. So anyway, let's start with the event. Okay, or with the lesson, developing a warrior spirit. Okay, developing a warrior spirit. Okay, and you know the way I get down, this ain't gonna be no wishful happy talk stuff. This is gonna be facts. We're gonna get all the way down to the bottom of this topic. As always, as best as I keep up, you're encouraged to contribute to the conversation. Okay, so contribute to the conversation in the comments and in the you know, you can put questions in there, verses. You know, bring your input in, and I will read it and bring it out. Okay. All right. And let me hold on. Okay. There we go. Making sure my stuff is up to date. Okay. Just getting everything up and running. Okay. What is this? Okay. There we go. All right, we're good now. Okay, so okay, so we're ready to go. So yeah, developing a warrior spirit. Okay. This is gonna be a very informative lesson here, and it's gonna be very timely. Okay. Let me get my verse pulled up. But yeah, developing a warrior spirit. You know, if you followed me for any length of time, so much is done to our people and everything that encourages them to be passive, to lay down, to not fight, to let circumstances defeat them, to just subliminally tell them, hey, you know, you don't have to do anything. You know, God's gonna do it. I'm gonna give you the and I got the verses or a verse to back it up, but it's just so much is done to along this lines to you know, to do this to our people. You know what I'm saying? And the result of not having a warrior spirit, but having a defeated spirit or an oppressed spirit, or, you know, the spirit of fear and all this stuff, the result of that is, the end result is what you see widespread among our nation, whether it's in this our people in general, whether it's in the Christian church, whether it's in the Hebrew Israelite community. What you see is people with defeated spirits. They don't realize that they need to have they need to be developing or have a warrior spirit. They don't realize that there's stuff that they need to be doing. They can't figure out why they are struggling with the things they're struggling with, whether it be pornography addiction to pornography and masturbation and all that stuff like that, whether it be homosexuality, whether it be uncontrolled lust, you know, whether it be with our women, whether it be bitterness, whether it be harboring unforgiveness, whether a lot of times the bitterness stems from unforgiveness and resentment and stuff like that, from having abortions, from rape and molestation. You know what I'm saying? And this is men and women alike, whether it be the results of having experienced rape and molestation at young ages or whatever, whether it be being dogged out by men or when all this stuff, whether and a lot of this stuff that I name ends up, because it all comes together, ends up resulting in what they call mental illnesses, whether it be depression, anxiety, what's the multiple personality thing? These are the end results of unaddressed issues that have just they have continued to not be addressed according to the way the Word of God says to address these issues. For too long, they have just went unaddressed, and they fester and they grow. Like the lesson I did a while back, and I need to do it again, on weeding, on tending to your spiritual garden. A lot of people will just water the garden because it's easy. You just stand out there with the hose, but they don't want to do the more laborious work of getting down on their knees and picking the weeds out of that garden on a daily basis. And they have gardens that are overrun by weeds, and they've choked out all the plants in there, and they can't figure out, well, I water it. I water it with the Word. Yeah, they water it with the Word, but they don't do the works. They don't put the Word into action and get down on their knees and pull the weeds out and do the laborious tasks. So, this is the result of that, okay? And daughter of Yah put, fear is a crippling disease. It is. And what does the book say about it? He said that I forget what the verse is, but he says the Lord is not does not give the spirit of fear, but he gives the spirit of a sound mind. If y'all know that verse, just put it in there for me. But he gives you a sound mind, and a spirit of boldness and everything like that. He's not the spirit of fear. That's Satan. You're demonically possessed if you running around fearful of everything. Now me, I get scared. Things scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like the example I give is I got a shed out there in my backyard. It's kind of off the side, and there's snakes and all types of stuff out there that be out there. There's stuff that get up inside the shed. So when I go out there, sometimes something will be up in there, So that's scary. But I'll go right up in there. I'll get a gun if I need to. I'll do whatever I need to. I'll go up in there and I'll be scared, but I'm not fearful. It ain't like, no, there's no way I'm going in there because I'm full of fear. No, I go in there with scared, be scared in my heart, but it ain't gonna cripple me and stop me from going up in that thing and seeing, hey, there might be a snake right above my head, hey, whatever, So, but so yeah, I get scared. Things scare me, but I'm not fearful. I'll overcome being scared and go through it and go through the fear. And that's a heavy thing. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's good. That's a good one. That's good. That's the only thing you need to be feared, Because when you realize his way is the way, and that if you stick to his way, you're always going to get the best outcome. Now you're coming from a strong position. Okay, so it's that fear. It's a lot of fear, and people, and with the biggest thing though, this is the heaviest thing. People don't realize how widespread the subliminal programming to not be a warrior, to not fight. It's everywhere. It's in the music. It's in the churches. It's in a lot of Hebrew Israelite teachings. You know, it's everywhere. It's in your family. It's in your upbringing. Everybody's telling you. Yeah. So thanks a lot, Eliada. I appreciate you posting that in there, and also Sister Naomi. It says, "For Elohim has not given us a spirit of fear or cowardice, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind." And this I put, or of self-control. So of a sound mind. So if your mind ain't right, if you struggling with addictions, if you can't stop doing certain things, like a lot of people out there, they wrestling with smoking weed, which I'm getting ready to do a lesson on smoking weed or smoking cigarettes, like stuff you know is killing you. For instance, people be like, well, marijuana, like a brother came on here, hey, what about, asking about marijuana and all that stuff. Marijuana is real simple. Marijuana in its original form, it was 90-something% CBD, and the CBD is good. It's good for you. It's beneficial. It has healing properties. And the marijuana plant in its original form is 98% CBD oil, or that CBD element or whatever, and 2% THC, which is a toxic thing that doesn't really have any benefits, but that's what gives you that high and that whole thing that people do. Well, the genetic, the one they've modified the plant to where now is 98% THC. Most of it that they got out, like they have both. And I'm gonna bring a brother on. He actually talked to a doctor who actually opened a business growing this stuff, so he confirmed all this stuff. I was actually gonna bring him on so y'all can see I'm not just talking, some crap to you. But anyway, this is the long of the short. They've engineered, or through sorcery, they've made marijuana that's 98% THC and 2% CBD. Okay, and this is the recreational marijuana that gets you high. And I can go through all the bad effects it has. One of them is just it takes the fight out of you. It takes the warrior spirit out of you. And you're not motivated to do anything. And the CIA helped develop the high THC strain of marijuana for this specific purpose, to target hippies and the black movement, okay, to take the fight out of them. And the CIA even have recently declassified papers saying marijuana is one of the reasons they feel they lost the Vietnam War, okay? But I'm not going to go into all that. What I'm saying is you got people out here trying to justify smoking this stuff when it's bad for your lungs and the stuff is toxic. I'm all for the CBD oil and the benefits of that, but you don't have to smoke it and it don't get you high. But these brothers ain't doing that. It's a mess. It's a mess. And trust me, when I bring this brother on, he going in. This brother, anything this teaches on, he's heavily researched in it. And I'm going to set it up so y'all could even call in. You know what I'm saying? All right. Somebody said Shabbat Shalom. All right. We have to remember, greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. Yep, and I got that script. We're gonna go in on that in a minute here. But Yeah, so what, sister, daughter of Yah, sister, we gonna get into the fear. That's one of the main things we're gonna hit on today. And somebody put, appreciate the alternative word, sound mind is self-control. Exactly, the mind is sound and peaceful. When things happen and it throws your mind into whatever, when something else is controlling you, when you have to smoke that cigarette, you have to have that drink, you have to smoke that weed, you can't resist getting depressed and getting down. Or as the Bible calls it, a spirit of heaviness. Like when there's stuff that just happens to you and you can't stop it, that you got some type of demonic oppression or possession. Okay? I'm telling you this because I've been through it. I had to have a drink. I had to look at the internet pornography. There was no resisting it. It overpowered me. Okay? All right? And I had to do it. And I couldn't stop. Okay? So, going through this, because me and my Akia Hook and I, we were talking about how people be like, hey, I've been in the truth this many years. Yeah, I've been in this truth maybe 5 years or something. But then I don't like saying that because I've been on this path of researching this stuff that I'm teaching on. I'm real talk, since I've been like 8 or 9 years old. I realized, hey, there's something different. There's something off about me. And I was always seeking and searching for this stuff. In and out of the church, searching the world, people, all that. And the older I got, the more information I began to find till I finally hit, like whatever you want to call it, answers or whatever. Like when I started, when I turned 27, 28, that's when I really started advancing in it very fast. You know, I don't get up and I don't get caught up with all that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we're gonna get into this of that, sister. You're gonna get some answers today. Okay, I need to plug my phone in real quick. I want it to die on me. So when I see people, when people come to me, hey, I'm struggling with this. Hey, I haven't been in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what do you say? Yeah. I can't overcome this. I'm struggling with that. Boom, 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 boom. What you're going to find, this lesson's going to make it very clear that you're going to see how developing a warrior spirit, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how to develop this spirit that the Most High wants us to have. I'm going to show you how to develop it and not just will yourself in it, but to develop it by properly programming yourself with the word of Yah and proper praise and worship to develop a warrior spirit. Okay? I'm going to go through step by step because it's not nothing that you're going to just do overnight. It's a lifestyle. It's a warrior lifestyle. Like, I'm still cultivating the warrior spirit in myself. Sometimes I got to, you know, because through Yah, through the Most High Yah, I've eradicated most of the fear in my life. You know what I'm saying? I have situations and circumstances that begin to push me into a corner, and I have a response to it. Not a response. What's it called? A reflex, a natural, spiritual, righteous, biblical reflex to being put in a corner. And we're going to get into all that. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Diamond. Diamond in the rough. Shalom, sis. And Sister Koya's in there. All y'all say shalom to Sister Koya. She's out there getting ready for our Jacksonville Shabbat, which I'll put up the information for that later. because the location changed due to rain or the potential of rain. But shalom to all y'all. Shalom, Mira, Bat, Yah. Shalom, good to see y'all in there. And shalom to all y'all on YouTube. I mean, y'all, hey, YouTube, man, the YouTubers, man, they get up out that bed and it take them a little while to wake up. But when they come in, man, YouTube come in there strong. They just be sliding in there. Okay? So the shalom to all y'all on YouTube. All right. So, but again, so we're gonna begin to. I got my scriptures here. We're gonna get into the meat of this, of how to develop a warrior spirit, and there's that verse that his burden is not heavy. You know, his yoke is not a heavy, burdensome yoke. Developing a warrior spirit is fulfilling. It's confidence building. It's freeing. It's a big breath of spiritual, biblical, fresh air when you begin to. What this does is it says it like one of the things I had was, man, I have the right to be able to think and walk like this. It was like, wow, it was freedom. Developing the warrior spirit, even the process is freeing. And you feel the shackles come off. And that's walking in the Most High Yah, man. You know? So we're going to get into this, man. And it's going to be invigorating. That's a good word to use for it. I'm not good with these descriptive words. So I got to really work at that, when I try to do it. All right. I'm going to have to. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So yeah, and like I said, I see everybody's coming in now. A lot of people are waking up and coming in. So I'm gonna say it again. Put this is a open discussion and lesson, but you're encouraged to put in your questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Put them in the comments. I'm gonna definitely address them. And I'm going to try opening up the phone lines later. So we're going to try that also. All right. So definitely I'm going to do that. So sister, daughter of Yah, she put Isaiah 43:1. But now thus saith Yah that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not. For I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. Okay? And Satan's main tool is fear. I want to say, his main tool is deception, but I've seen fear is a main thing. That's like one of the primary things all through the book is fear. And I remember even when I was young, fear, always fighting fear, and just the confidence and the boldness and the peace that being fearless brings. And okay, we're gonna smash on this hot and heavy. All right. So I'm running my mouth. Let's get into it. All right. Let me pull my verses up here. Okay. And one of the main things you need to understand is victory builds confidence. Each battle you overcome builds confidence, and Satan knows that. That's why he has to keep you defeated, because he knows that if you, like with me, it took one spiritual battle. When I won that, the fire was lit. I started knocking down all the other ones, King David's spirit all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual combat. All right? Okay. So let's go. Let me see what I got here for y'all. Put a little statement. I put reprogramming yourself to be a spiritual warrior on purpose. This ain't no thing. This is targeted. This is specific. This is focusing. And the way I start with the spiritual reprogramming, because a lot of people, well, where do I start at? What's the What's the thing that's on your mind, that's worrying, that's stressing you out the most? What's the thing that's depressing you the most? Okay, I talked to a sister like that. She called me and she had a situation that was causing her to be depressed. Okay, so through her example, I'm gonna show you. She had a situation that was causing her to be depressed. And I talked to her, and what I did, I just let her talk so she could paint a spiritual picture of the situation so I could have a good understanding of the whole situation. And then it clicked. Boom, there it is. Because there was a situation that she didn't feel, she felt powerless with. She felt like there was nothing she could do. And it stayed on her mind, and it was cycling through, boom, 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 and it put her in a corner. And I realized that what was causing her depression is that she wasn't fighting. She wasn't fighting that situation. How do you fight it? Well, her particular situation, I told her, look, because I don't want to disclose the whole situation, but there was an individual in her life that she loved that was in a situation where, she felt powerless. But I said, what you can do is, get a job so that you could get legal representation, and you could use the money that you're getting from this job to get legal representation to answer the questions to begin to see how you can help this individual. And do that. Put all your energy and effort into doing that. You see what I'm saying? Because what I tell people with depression, it just means you got a decision to make. Depression and anxiety result from the fact that there's a decision that you have to make, and there's action you have to take. Man, that's pretty good. I need to be a rapper. There's a decision that you have to make on action that you need to take. Plain and simple. And it's like, I'm going to tie it in later, goes right back to faith without works. A lot of people have faith, but they're dead because there's no works. So if you know all this stuff and nothing's happening, it's dead. It's death. There's no life in it. It's not moving. You're not moving. You're not doing anything. If you're not taking action, if I'm just sitting here staring at y'all for 2 hours straight, that's dead, right? No life. Life is movement, action, boom, boom, boom. This is, I'm trying to put my finger on the core of this in every direction I can do it, okay? Because this is why people are in the condition they're in. It's because they're not looking to take action. They're not aggressively applying the word. They're not taking, they have faith, but they're not aggressively doing works, okay? This is why people are in the predicaments they're in. Period. Point blank, plain and simple. There's no other way around it. There is no excuse. If you give me anything different from what I'm saying, like this is the core right here. We at the core of everyone's life issues. Period. If you have any issue in life, it's because you have not taken action. That's at the core. There's nothing else around it. And the results follow. Now, part of the issue is nobody has told you what action you need to take and how to take action. That's why most people are in inaction, because they're like, well, I can't do it. That's what the sister told me when I talked to her on the phone. She was like, well, he's in this prison situation and he's in this health condition and there's nothing I can do. And that's the programming. You're powerless. If they tell you you're powerless and there's nothing you can do with anything, you are subject unto them. They can control you now. Satan can control you. He got you. But I made her realize, no, faith without works is dead. You believe this book? She was like, yes, I do. I was like, are you the Ezekiel? Are you his helpmate? Yes. Then help him. Well, I don't know how. I was like, get a job, get a lawyer, and you'll begin to get answers. And I spoke that life into her. Action, life. And she hit me up later and was like, man, the depression left. I was like, yeah, because action and decision and action, they killed all this stuff. You know, when your mind's idle and you're just in an echo chamber with your thoughts, and they're like, they're gonna hurt you, hurt you. And these thoughts are in this echo chamber cycle in your mind, and you're not doing anything, and you're just sitting there, and you're not taking works, you're not doing works. Faith without works is dead. Satan got you. The reason y'all struggle, the reason you see these dudes wrestling with all types of, with pornography addiction, with other addictions, alcohol, substance addiction, we'll call it substance addiction, with depression and all this other stuff, is because nobody is telling them and freeing them to, hey, this is how you break the cycle. And that's the job of a leader. And I am a leader, but I'm not a dictator. I'm just a leader. I'm just showing you the way. That's all I'm doing. I have no desire to lord over you like most majorities people out here. I just want to lead. I want to show you how, because I did it first, and I'm leading, and I'm showing y'all, hey, look, this way. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Trust me, we're going to get a lot deeper into it. And when I say deeper, not more complicated, I'm going to make it even simpler, so there's no reason to be out here running around in these defeated mindsets. You see what I'm saying? All right. So reprogramming yourself to be a spiritual warrior on purpose. Purposefully targeted, not just wishful, oh, by the Lord. No, I'm gonna just put my faith in the genie. In the name of Jesus, I'm gonna just say in the name of Jesus till something changes, and nothing changes. No, this is about that damn action. All right, and I'm gonna back up what I'm saying with script. So let me see what my next thing is. And I'm gonna keep saying this from different angles till y'all get it. All right, so we're gonna come at it from a different angle. I put warrior praise and worship. One of the things I say, and I'll make sure I clarify this, is with praise and worship music, you got to be careful what you take in, because they could have a song and it got beautiful words in it and it just sounds so perfect, but subliminally it's programming you to stay defeated. It's so, and when you look into gospel music, I know y'all get mad, it's so widespread in the gospel music, because a lot of the songs will have, ooh, I got such a good one right here. There's a song off of, where's that verse? This is so perfect. There's a song that's written off this verse. It says, this is so heavy. It says, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. And they take that verse out of there and use it in such a bad context to keep, it says, not by my might, not by my, but what's the context? You got to read, because he's talking about the temple, and he was talking, he was speaking to Zerubbabel about a specific situation, and they take that verse out of context, make a song, not by might, not by power, but your spirit, God, but your spirit. And meanwhile, this person just stays a child molester, just stays a homosexual, just stays addicted to substances, and he just waiting on God and singing this song, and hands up and open, and the whole thing is showing you to just let go and stay defeated. It's not teaching you to gird up and go to war and to fight. It ain't like a Beloved Daweed song. Like Beloved Daweed, the reason why that is so, and I'm not throwing out all worship music, but most people don't need the typical gospel stuff that where you just, it's showing you to let go and just open yourself up, when the book is telling you to gird up, tighten up, stay vigilant, go to war. And these songs aren't communicating that to your spirit. They're communicating the exact opposite. And I can tell you this. There are some killers. I done met some, growing up, some straight thug killers that's so warrior minded that they need this stuff. They need something to, hey, bruh, just relax a little. But this ain't none of y'all. This ain't none of the people I meet. This ain't the people I meet. This ain't them. If you laden down with sin and Satan kicking your butt and you demonically oppressed and possessed, the last thing you need to do is be letting go. You need some Beloved Daweed. Okay? You need a song like a better spiritual song than majority of these songs out here are rocky songs, like songs to Rocky, like Eye of the Tiger and stuff, is a better spiritual song, because it's telling you in the darkest hour when your spirit's low, he's like, there is no surrender and all this stuff like that. So warrior praise and worship, it needs to be telling you, inspiring you, motivating you to gird up, to be ready to fight. And I'm going to show y'all how to fight. We're going to get in how to throw punches. Because like I was telling a sister earlier this week, a lot of y'all, and Satan know this, a lot of y'all can take a hit. A lot of y'all been knocked out and then got back up. And because of the deceptive programming, y'all have just been trained through your whole life on how to bob and weave. Some of y'all don't even bob and weave. Some of y'all just let life knock y'all out and punch y'all. And they just taught y'all to keep your hands behind your back and let go, let God. And you get knocked out and knocked around by life. And now it's beginning to manifest into mental illness, so-called mental illness, because you've been punched so hard by life. And Satan knows that. And Satan also knows y'all the scariest ones to his agenda, because now here comes spiritual combat. Here come a lot of these other leaders bringing out this word in spirit and in truth. And now I'm training y'all how to punch back. Now y'all can punch back. And you ain't like some of these other people. You can take a hit, but now you hitting back. And you know how to take a punch, and you learning how to bob and weave, and you ain't afraid to get hit. You a scary thing. You are a scary thing. Because see, now they know this person can teach other people, because he's been through it, how to really fight. He knows the tactics of the enemy, and he can show other people. You see what I'm saying? He knows how powerful you can be. So we have to learn you know, how to fight the spiritual fight. We're going to back it up. We're going to back it up with scripts. All right. So, again, that warrior praise and worship, that is one of the first steps, is programming, making sure everything going in through your eyes and your ears is in this direction. It's encouraging you to fight the spiritual fight. And we're going to get into how to do that fight. But you got to make sure everything is pointing you and pushing you in that direction. Okay? Because I'm just telling you, some of these songs I won't even listen to because they put you in such a weak, soft, chump, defeated spot. I mean, the one song I could think of is that one that I just sang, where they're taking that verse, not by might, not by power, but your spirit, God. And that's communicating such a bad thing subliminally to people who are wrestling with sin. It's deceptive. Okay? Because again, if you study this verse and you read the context of what he was saying, you see that they're taking that out of context and is using it to keep you defeated. I'm just being 100. I know that's a heavy pill to swallow for a lot of people. So Sister MS Bitter, she put, oftentimes we have tunnel vision. We cannot see all our options because we don't think outside the box. And something I teach is, I tell people, when you're under, and this is what I told the sister that I talked to, when you're under demonic attack, when you're live in it, when you're under one of these episodes where all this stuff is going on, where you're depressed or you're feeling the need to smoke or to abuse a substance because you have a substance abuse addiction, and you're in the heat of the battle. When I say in the heat of the battle, the urge is there, whether it's depression, anxiety, whatever it is. You're in literal spiritual combat actively. What you need to do in order to break that tunnel vision is that there's a benefit to this, to being under that attack. When you're under the attack, what you need to do is get a pen and a paper and write down the thoughts going through your mind. Because those thoughts going through your mind aren't yours. They're demons that have either possessed you or oppressed you. You need to write it down in as good detail as you can. And what you're going to find is as you write it down, they leave. Because they're like, oh, snap, he's taking pictures of us. He's going to see us. They're going to see us. We blew our cover because it's covert. But you're going to write it down. That's what I had the girl do. I told her, write all those depressive thoughts down. And what you're going to do when they're in writing, you're going to see, you're going to begin to see exactly what you need to be fighting against. Okay? Satan is a deceiver. He operates through deception. He operates through you not knowing. Well, you expose the deception. And you're going to write all that stuff down. And because the sister was talking about the tunnel vision. Well, you write it down, and now you're beginning to see some of your options. I'm going to show y'all more. But that's one of the steps in a straight spiritual combat. That's what we teach here. It's how to combat spirits. These spiritual, this stuff that get your spirit under control, get it back. This is straight warfare tactics, okay? Write this stuff down. When you're going through an anxiety episode, write it down. If you under too much anxiety to write, voice record it. Yeah, I'm feeling hopelessness. I'm feeling like I'll never, get this job, or I feel like this relationship thing, whatever. Articulate it learn to begin to look at those thoughts, because it's teaching you two things. One of the things people don't know how to do is look at their thoughts. They don't know how to be vigilant and watch thoughts, because they're singing silly songs like, not by might, let go, Lord, let it go, give it to him, let it go, and they letting go, and they're not looking at. When I'm telling you, stay vigilant, be aware, watch everything, get on guard, watch those thoughts, watch people, watch everything, be aware, so that the demon don't creep in unknown. Don't be in some fairy tale mode where you just, oh, you're feeling your feelings. No, you ain't supposed to be feeling your feelings. You're supposed to be watching them, because that's how the demons get you. They get you feeling a certain way and you think that's you. So you got to begin to watch the feelings. Watch other people. Watch everything. Watch how people act, and watch how you're acting. Watch how you're thinking. And if you're not good with it, write it down. Write it down. Put it in a voice recorder. Look, feeling depressed. I just woke up this morning feeling hopeless. I don't know if I'm going to ever get out of whatever this situation is. You know what happened to me one time? When I had already embarked on it was after I was 27, I had embarked on the journey to get a relationship, to meet a wife. And one morning, my alarm went off, and it was set to the radio, and some gay Brian McKnight soft, chump, effeminate song came on. He crying on there about something, and that put me into a depression. Now, by this point, I was like, woke up, I was like, dang, I feel hopeless. I don't feel like I'm ever meet somebody. I was like, it's this gay song that damn came on the radio. That had something to do with it. You know what I did when I came home from work that day? Because my radio had a CD player. I took sound bites from this inspirational person, because at the time I wasn't totally in the truth. I took sound bites from this inspirational person's speech, and I put it to a beat that was like real encouraging, like a Rocky type beat to get me motivated. And I set my alarm to that every morning. I never had another episode of waking up down anymore. Here's another heavy warrior development thing. You have to take control of everything that's going in your head. Because when you take control of everything that's going, this is meditating on the word of God, where it says, somebody post that scripture in there where it says, meditate on my word day and night. You have to use this brilliant brain to take steps to make sure, especially if you're struggling with mental diseases, like you're depressed, you got anxiety, you're addicted to substances. You need to develop your life in every way that the only thing going into your ears and your eyes is spiritual combat type stuff. Not spiritual combat, my ministry, but I'm just saying spiritual combat type stuff. You have to make sure that's all that's going in your head. Look, I'm just telling you, I'm being 100. I watch a lot of these people. They so caught up in the world. I see why they struggling with sin. Cause half the time they ain't putting I ain't gonna curse, in their head. They putting doo-doo in their head, and they wondering why they behavior is doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? It's cause that's all you putting in. And it said, meditate on my word day and night. What I do is, if I ain't teaching this thing, I got something on TV, a biblical message or something. Or sometimes, the kids, me and the kids in the family, we'll watch movies from time to time. But for the most part, we got biblical messages on. We got inspirational music. And I'm not talking about that gay stuff that lets you get all in your feelings. No, I'm talking about warrior stuff. That's all that's going in. Then you can't help but what comes out. But what eventually will happen, because this is what I did, I began to conquer these strongholds. And then eventually I came to a stronghold that I couldn't conquer. I couldn't do it with the program. I couldn't do it, will it? I couldn't do it with any of that. And that's when I supplicated to the Most High Yah for help to get delivered from that addiction to pornography and all that stuff like that. And he effortlessly deleted it off me. Woo! It was gone instantly through prayer, supplication, and seeking him. This is spiritual combat. This is what these clowns out here don't teach you. They so busy building up, they trying to build their organization or whatever, so they need you laden with sin so that they could keep you relying on them. They don't bring this out because they deceived the Satan. But this is spiritual combat, y'all. This is straight warfare. This is how you fight this fight. All right? Let me see what y'all saying. Oh yeah, I got that. Naomi, I got that in my scriptural arsenal, that Joshua 1. That Joshua 1 is heavy. Let me bring it up. Yeah, I had it up here. I got it in my scriptural arsenal over here. Let me see. All right, so this is Joshua 1, okay? This whole thing right here is so heavy because you can use it to apply it to a spiritual walk. Especially once you've been through a spiritual war and stuff like that, and you're a spiritual warrior, it's so heavy. So it said, now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them. So the Lord said, here, I gave you this land. But watch, even to the children of Israel, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. And it tells them where. There shall not any man, so he tells them, okay, there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. He said, but be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto the fathers to give them. But again it said, only be thou strong and very courageous. And the long and the short of it is, he's saying, here, I gave this to you, but you're going to have to go in there and fight for it. This is what the deception is. Y'all, we're laden down with substance addictions. We're laden down with all these issues. We don't have our houses in order, with relationship issue, all these issues, mental depressions and mental issues, all these issues. And the Most High said, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but a spirit of boldness and of a sound mind. He's given it to you. Only be strong and very courageous. Because faith without works is dead. You got to take it. And people aren't taking it. They're trying to mix this stuff, this word, in with stuff in the world, and they're diluting what's going in their mind. They're not meditating on the word. They're meditating more on stuff in the world than on the word and getting their mind right. Like if I ran into me, if I ran into spiritual combat back when I was 27, I'd have binge watched all 300 or so of my videos all day, every day, and been studying Proverbs and the Word. There wouldn't have been no room for TV, stupid, silly friends that wasn't lined up with me. I'd cut everything off and go after this. Like they say, when there's a verse where it says it's like a man who looks for like a diamond or gold on his property or something. You know what I'm saying? I would have seen it and went after it. It said, only be thou courageous and be strong and fight. This, don't get deceived by them, not by might, but by, and just give in and just stay there and let the world, let life, let demons kick your butt. Because you can knock them down easy. It's just nobody is telling you that. Spiritual combat. Combat life all day, every day. 100. It said, be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou, he's telling him. And he tells him again, only be thou strong. Okay? This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. He's telling you this is how you take back that land that he promised you. He promised you the territory of a sound, peaceful, strong mind. He promised that to you. The reason you're dead, the reason you're walking around spiritually dead, defeated by depression, lust, addiction, messed up relationships, is because you haven't done any works. You've been cleverly deceived into not doing works. When you begin to feel low, put on certain songs. I got a playlist that I'm going to show y'all that is my, like when my spirit was low, I put on this playlist. Forget about it. And it ain't, you know, I'm going to have to edit it because some of the songs ain't, you know, some people ain't, they're going to be like, dang, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm a warrior and I need warrior stuff. I'm not stepping on no battlefield, not ready to kill something. You go out on a battlefield, you got to be ready for action. You understand that? It don't shock me why people out there getting laid out, getting their butts beat down by demons. That's way weaker than them. Because they're not doing, I see it. Like, and people think you don't see them. You know what I'm saying? People think you ain't on them. It's like, understand this. When somebody's been through all this stuff, you discern. Your eyes of discernment are keen. Most people, I don't even got to talk to them. I just look at their situation and be like, I see exactly why you're where you're at, you know? And I don't say that, you know, a spirit of mercy. I mean, back when I was going through it, I couldn't even receive that from somebody, some of the stuff I'm saying. So you have to, you know, that comes with wisdom. But let's read it. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to be according to all that is written therein. It says that thou may observe. So you're going to look at it to do. I said be, to do according to all that is written therein. A lot of people, the people that I talk to who are wrestling with stuff, and when I was going through what I was dealing with, when I was overcoming my alcohol addiction, my pornography addiction, my relationship issues and all that, after getting into this and really studying this out, I realized that I wasn't observing to do according to all that was written in the book. And that was the only reason I was in the situation I was in. It wasn't complicated because the Most High is not the author of confusion, but Satan is. That's why a lot of people are wrestling and are confused. Okay? All right, let's see. Exactly. I got that in there. That it says the Lord is a man of war. Yahuwah is his name. And just with me, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not anti-gospel and so-called worship music. It's just that my worship music is warfare music. You know, that it keep me girded up. You know, don't let me float off into a cloud of feel good emotions so I can feel good for a minute. It don't. Keep me grounded. You ain't got time. All right, so it says, have not I commanded thee? He's saying it again. Be strong and of good courage. Don't be defeated. It says, be not afraid. Fear. Neither be thou, dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee wheresoever thou goest. Okay? This is a heavy thing, man. That you could just so transfer that into our spiritual battle. You know, it's applicable to that. I know that's not the context that this is written in, but it's so applicable. It puts it in, you know what I'm saying? It's on point. Let's see what you put there, Mika. You put, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. That's what it's about, y'all. This book with the Babylonian religion that they deceptively titled Christianity, but it's a Babylonian religion that they deceptively named Christianity. What they teach is the exact opposite of what I'm saying. They teach you how to lay down and stay demonically possessed. This is why for years you've been struggling with these issues, because they're not telling you that, look for the answers. He said, look for the answers, seek, and you shall find. Not what they tell you is just lay there and beg God and just keep saying in the name of Jesus and the Lord understands, and not by my might or not by my power, but your spirit. So just don't use any power. Don't use any of your might that he gave you. Just let him do something. And then for this thing just eats you up and destroys you. And then what do you end up doing? A lot of times you end up replicating it. A lot of times you end up so full of lust, you end up hurting somebody else. When I'm showing you all through the book, it's telling you to go to war according to the way he tells you to fight. All through the book, in stark, obvious contrast. I showed you where if you do a Bible study on that verse, not by might, by his spirit, they took a piece of the verse. Let me see if I'm gonna pull it back up here. Where is it at? Where is it at? I got it here. This is Zechariah. Then answered he, this is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel. To him. The context, he was speaking to him. And then you read why. You got to read the whole thing. Read the whole chapter and read what about Zerubbabel. But they take a piece of that verse and make a whole song out of it to keep people defeated. Okay? All right. And even if you are doing it by his spirit, his spirit is word. The words that I speak are spirit. So his spirit is what's written in this book. Going back to what I've been telling y'all. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So we got to understand that on a deep level. All right, let's see. All right. All right. So y'all, what I'm going to do here, we're going to try something out. All right. Hold on. All right. Y'all bear with me. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let y'all call in. Y'all can talk to Michael Israel. Keep it brief though. You know, don't put on your own Shabbat lesson on mine. But Yeah, I'm gonna put the number up here. Let me see. All right, hold on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put the number up here, and y'all can call in, and we could talk. You know, you could ask a question or give a statement. All right, 1 5. All right, so that's the number right there. Y'all could call in, and I'll wait for y'all to call, and you can. Okay. All right. Appreciate that. Yeah. Appreciate that. Dawid. Oh yeah. There's a number. If you want to call in, you could call in, and if you got a question or a comment or whatever, you could come on, and we could get it in. All right. So the phone lines are open. Well, let me make sure they're open. Let me make sure I got my thing. Yep, phone lines are open. So if y'all want to call in, you could call in, ask a question or whatever, or you could. I'll read some of the stuff y'all putting in the comments. Okay, so we got our first caller. All right, shalom, y'all. Shalom, somebody from New York. You are on the Spiritual Combat Show. What's your name? Hold on one second. Let me turn this up. What you might, you need to mute your television, or I mean, whatever device you use, you need to mute it. Did you mute it?
Yeah, I covered it up because I'm kind of watching you on two things.
Oh, okay. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Baruch Ben Yahoo. We met at the preview out in Detroit.
Okay.
You probably don't remember me, but yeah, I was there, and I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
And I'm from New Jersey, Teaneck, New Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey. That's born and raised in Jersey right here. So yeah, that's what's up.
Yep. So my question is, I did the 40-day fast to break the strongholds, the yoke off of my neck, and it's funny that I just finished it a couple of days ago, and it seems like that Aliyah is showing me now how to fight, and I'm listening to you talking about how to fight, and it's extremely encouraging to hear you and hear the things and bringing those scriptures to me the way that you are today, and I just want to say thank you.
I appreciate it, man, and this something I say, like you got that tail of the talons. It's like I knew when he took me through this, I was like, man, I'm gonna spread this as far and wide as I can, cause you know what I'm saying, and that's all praise to the Most High. That's what it's about.
Absolutely, he's working through you, and he's working through you to show people like me that's been lost in this thing, trying to find out why am I always staying in the same place. I'm not moving. I'm not going nowhere. Then I go home. I wake up in the morning after he was showing me something good. I'm feeling good, but then wake up depressed and don't know why.
Right.
And that's what you're talking about. It's because it's something that I'm not doing. I need to get into that word more, and meditate, and turn the world off, and get into the Father. And I'm asking you because I don't know. Because if I was right, I would have been right already. So I'm gonna end the call with just a question that what other ways can I use to battle these things that put these wicked thoughts in my head? Because I thought this 40-day fast would do it for me. That I would.
Let me say something real quick. with the 40-day fast, a lot of times with the 40-day fast and stuff like that, and this is something I've been experiencing because people have reached out to me and stuff like that. With that 40-day fast, with the 40-day fast, a lot of times it'll bring stuff to the surface that you need to address, try to deal with. Sometimes it'll, like with one brother, it brought a demonic stronghold, and sometimes it'll bring demonic possession to the surface. Because, like I said, as I progressed through this, as I began to defeat these lusts and all that stuff like that, a lot of times what would happen, or what eventually happened, is I met something that I couldn't defeat. I was like, what the heck is this? And this is before I even knew what supplication was. And what it was a demon that I had given power to possess me from looking at internet porn and stuff like that. And what I had to do was pray, fast, and seek the Lord. That was deliverance. Sometimes you need a brother like Elder Yahweh to show you how to, or to have him cast these demons up out of you, you know? And like I said, I didn't even get into all the stuff because I didn't have time on this topic. But yes, sometimes it's deliverance, you know? And with me, I delivered myself from the demon through prayer, fasting, and seeking the Lord. And when I say fasting, not just food, I was giving up TV, clubbing, anything I had the willpower to abstain from, I did. No.
Oh, you just gave it to me because I'm trying to figure out why am I still down. But he has me now. After I did the fast, I started looking. Well, what's going on? I started looking. I looked for anything that talked about fighting, anything that talked about spiritual combat. Here you go. You click right on Facebook. Anything to try to fight, talking to my ox and my copies, talking to anybody I can, because it seems like I'm. But now I see he brought those things.
And let me say this. You're doing it. He says, "Seek and you shall find." He also said, like, seek me with all your heart, mind, and soul. Like, want it like you want to breathe. Like the desire to breathe. The only thing second to that should be you wanting this thing off you.
It's wonderful hearing this. And now you just brought happiness back to my spirit. Because I was down. I was down.
It's war, baby. It's warfare.
Yeah, even the Joshua script that you just wrote, and I took them. I wish I could show you my Bible, but I just underlined it because these things got to go. They depressing me on my job. They, it has me so bad sometimes that the guy would tell me 3 separate things to go get from location. And by the time I get to the location, I forgot what it is that I'm supposed to get. And I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Right.
It was that spirit fighting against me.
Exactly.
It was making me forget these things, and I can't do that anymore. I have to fight.
It's a war, man, and I like being a warrior. You know what I'm saying? You come to enjoy the fight and challenging fear and stuff. Like, I'm comfortable with going through fear and all that stuff, you know. But yeah, you do it. You going in the right direction. It's just, you know, going in as hard as you can. Like I said, I'm gonna have keep an eye out. It might be next Shabbat. It might be next Shabbat. I'm gonna have Elder Yahweh on here, and or it might be sooner than that, where he's gonna go in on dealing with spirits and all that stuff like that. And the brother that's where his expertise is at. So he's gonna bring it out, and that is another important area. So yeah.
I will be there. I will be watching, and thank you. I'm gonna continue listening before I even get back to my studies. I'm gonna finish watching however long you talking about these things. And
let me tell you this also, and because you kind of took me into this also, which is important, is I also want to let y'all know, at 10 o'clock, when this show ends, we have the Spiritual Combat Prayer Soldiers. We have a prayer call and fellowship for the men. Okay? This is the information right here on the screen where all y'all can call in. I'm going to be on the line. It's going to be headed up by Yehukanan Yasha'Allah, Daweed, my dude Malachi, the brother who taught last week. That's Malachi. He like a battlefield general, like straight warfare warrior. You know what I'm saying? We mess with them soldiers. That's who we rock with here in Spiritual Combat. So definitely get on that call to get prayer and to fellowship with your ox. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do that. All right, I look forward to seeing you on there, man. We about that action over here in Spiritual Combat. You know what I'm saying?
All praise to the Most High, because He led me to you, and then listen to all the things that I'm listening to. I'm encouraged. It feels good, man, and thank you. Continue doing what you're doing, because I see you everywhere, which means I must be going in the right direction. Lead me right back to you. Right. I appreciate you, and I will be on there at 10 o'clock, because I need some prayers. You know, because we can't do this thing alone. It's not. You know, sometimes we gotta fight with the ox. That's right. Yes, and that's what I'm going to do. And thanks for taking my call.
All right, shalom.
All right, bye, shalom.
All right. All right. So yeah, if anybody else wants to call in, you know, go ahead and call. Taking calls. I'll put the number back on. If you want to call in, this is the number here. You can call in if you got a question, comment, whatever you want to add in. You can call this number right here. But I also, while everybody's watching, I want to update y'all on we're having the Spiritual Combat Shabbat today in Jacksonville. If you're in the Jacksonville area or region or Northeast Florida region, come on out. We were going to have it at the beach, but due to weather concerns, we're going to have it at this location here. 10075 Gate Parkway North, Jacksonville, Florida, 32246. It's a real nice community center thing. It's really nice inside. It's going to start at 1 p.m. I'm going to try to get there early or whatever. Light refreshments will be served. So definitely come out there, fellowship with us if you are in the area. I'm going to teach a very brief message on the importance of not being isolated, on the importance of congregating and coming together, and the direction to go from there. But definitely hope to see you out there. And like I said, if anybody wants to call in, y'all call in. I'll put the number back on the screen there. Definitely call in. You can call into the show live right now, and I'll answer any questions you got. Let me see. Y'all talking a lot in the comments. Okay, hold on one sec. All right. You said, can I turn the caller up? All right, we got another call. Stand by. All right, shalom, shalom. I'm Michael Israel. You called into the Spiritual Combat Show. What's your name and where you're from?
Shabbat shalom. This is Marnina, y'all, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right, all right. And what'd you have to say, sis?
It's interesting that you talked about that one song, Not By Might, because part of that song I like at the end when it says Spirit breathe on me, but I always had problems with the first part because I was like, whose might and power are we talking about here? I didn't understand what this part is about. So
yeah,
when you talked about it, I was like, oh, okay, I got it.
Right.
Because I was in my mind, I was like, what verse is this from? And I was like, there they go again, making stuff up.
I'll say this with that song. I'll say this. When you understand what spirit is, but because like I broke down, I'm not saying that the song and the verse is not inherently bad, but it gets taken the wrong way when people don't have a good, solid spiritual understanding, because his word and what's written in the book is spirit. And a lot of people, you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's why the last part I'll enjoy. That's the part I almost, when I listen to it, I almost tune out the might, not by might, not by power, until it gets to the part where it says Spirit breathe on me, because that, for me, that takes me there. And then the other part I just tune out. So I think, you know, sometimes you just got to use what you can and throw away everything else.
Exactly.
I think once you start to grow, you start to feel what you can use, what you can't.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right then, brother. That's all I wanted to add. Shabbat shalom.
All right. Shabbat shalom. All right. Yeah, the number is right there on the screen. That's if you want to call into the show, right there. And so yeah, let's see. All right, and we got, and again for the men, we got the prayer line getting ready to open, which is going to be after the show. So that's the information right there. For the women, Sister Only Love has a prayer call on Thursdays at 8 p.m. If you're a woman, you want to participate in that, you have to email her at that email address right there on the screen, and she'll give you the information. Okay? And let's see. So like I said, yeah, if y'all want to call in the meantime, I'm going to read the comments, because y'all have, there's a lot of comments. Let's see. And let me say this also, because something just, what the sister just said, all right, because this is heavy. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have Pastor Johnson come on the show later. Well, he's going to be coming on a bunch of shows. Pastor Johnson down there from Fort Lauderdale got a heavy understanding on because she just said something that just popped in my mind. Okay. I'm going to wait till he comes on. But what we have to be careful is associating the spirit with an emotion that comes on you. Because I'm glad she called in and said that, because that just, all right. When that is, okay, that, because, and I'm not saying it's all wicked or anything, but when you think, this is what happens a lot. A lot of people go to church, go to a praise and worship service, and they could get to a point in that praise and worship and emotionally, you know, they've cleared their mind, all this stuff like that. And they associate that with works, this different things. All I'm talking about is I use the praise and worship music to motivate me to do the works, to put this thing into action, to seek, find, resist, fight. You understand? Faith. So if you go in this good spiritual place, that's faith, that's more faith-based, and you don't put the work out and do it and go through the fear and do this work, it's dead. And that's why a lot of people stay defeated. That's why you have a lot of people who go to the churches. They have a spiritual experience, but it's really an emotional experience. And they associate that with works, but it's not. And they end up wrestling with the same sin. Pastor Johnson, when I get him on there, he was briefly talking because he used to play the keyboard and he's watched it firsthand. He literally, and when he'll go into how good he is with the keyboard, and he's watched. He knows, boy, when he brings out what he knows how to do with music, he's gonna blow your mind. And I'm gonna get him on here soon. Like sooner than later. I'm gonna call him when the show, later on today, and get him on here so he could explain that to you. because you don't want to get that twisted. Because what happens, Sister Naomi put it in there. Well, I seen it, sis. I understand. But we don't want to twist up emotionalism with the works. Because the thing that's lacking, the reason why people are wrestling with sin is because they're not taking action. The music inspires you to take action. It gets your mind in the right place to do these works. Okay? That's better. I think I articulated it a better way. Marina said, and then they go home and don't remember what was taught. Okay? You see what I'm saying? That's a heavy thing. I'm glad that sister came in and brought that up. And that's why I got to go back. I got to say it again. Those types of songs, certain types of songs can get you. And I don't know what it is, but Pastor Johnson is an expert in this. Because he's not only understands it, he's actually done it and put it into action. Okay. Sister Melanie put, Sister Only Love also has a prayer call every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 7 a.m. led by Mother Malaka. And again, you got, here, I'll put that email. Hers is at the bottom there of the thing. Let me make it bigger so y'all can see it. Okay. But, so understand that that emotional state that some of these songs can get you into is not what the works and the battlefield and the spiritual combat that I'm talking about. Getting into an emotional state is getting into an emotional state. Okay? And there's different types of emotional states. What I was trying to say was I use the music that I have to get me in a warfare, combat, determined, girded up emotional state to where I'm more motivated and inspired emotionally to go to war and to fight and to take action. Works. Y'all feel me? Give me thumbs up. Hit that like button if you on YouTube. Hit the like button if you understand what I'm saying. If you on Facebook, give me thumbs up if I'm coming 100 and you get what I'm saying. And I'm so glad that sister called in and said that, because I think that's at the core of, you see a lot of these establishments, they go all into that worship and get into a certain emotional state, which I cannot properly articulate what it is, but I said, Pastor Johnson got it. Like, he knows because he's done it. He's watched it. He's literally watched what playing the keyboard a certain way can do, how effective it is on people's emotions. So I'm going to definitely have him come on. I'm going to do a part 2 to this lesson, developing a warrior spirit, and I'm going to have him come on. Okay? If y'all want to call into the show, this is the number right here. If you want to call into the show right now, talk to me, let me know what's going on and all that. This is it, right? This number right here. Also, I want to encourage y'all to share this show. If you are on YouTube, hit the like button on YouTube. It helps spread the show out to more people if you hit that like. Definitely subscribe to the Spiritual Combat channel and hit that notification bell so that you can receive notifications whenever I put something out. But yeah, that's a heavy thing, because, and I know a lot of women and a lot of men do that. They go to the church and that thing happens where you feel at peace in this emotional euphoria, whatever you want to call it. And but that is not spiritual combat, spiritual warfare. Doing that every Sunday is not going to deliver you from bitterness, from unforgiveness, from lust, from pornography addiction, from the resentment of rape and molestation and abortions and all these heavy things that people struggle with for years, and they go to church for years and they're still wrestling with this stuff. It's proof that that's not what it is. What it is action. Faith without works is dead. And so, that's good. So Marina she asked, what congregation are you all affiliated with? I am affiliated with, and I deal a lot with Hebrew Nation Builders. Morris Williams and Josh Cullins. They also call it Rebirth of a Nation. So I'm affiliated with them, but so they support me a lot, and I also support them. I go to a lot of their events. They help me with my events and stuff like that. So yeah. But Spiritual Combat is basically its own online ministry, and I travel and to different places where people feel isolated, and I try to I do Shabbats there to get people to come out so people in that local area can get to know each other. So that is the Spiritual Combat mission. Yeah, so yeah, so that music, it's a heavy thing. The music is powerful. That music can incite war, like motivate you in one direction, or it can motivate you in another direction. And what I was saying earlier is the bulk of the music, the bulk of society's influence, the majority of what's being taught and told to you in the churches is teaching you to be pacified. It's pacifying you. A lot of times they give you an emotional high and send you on your way. Now, what I would do if I had a Spiritual Combat ministry, it'd be the worship service would be straight warfare music, to where you ready to punch a hole in a wall and run through it. You know what I'm saying? And then the lesson would be a lesson specifically on attacking and pushing you, moving you to action today. Because today, I'm going to tell you, after this message today, here are your action steps. When you're under attack, are you writing? Are you writing down? Are you looking? Are you being vigilant and looking at the thoughts that are cycling through your head? Are you, after you write them down, are you going because you got all the information of the world at your fingertips? Are you taking advantage of that? Are you getting on there and looking for answers to these problems? Or are you just, all right, Michael Israel over, all right, I'll go back on the couch and go back to sleep. Oh, praise. You know, are you doing that? Are you clicking on the TV afterwards? Are you taking action? I'm moving y'all to action. Yeah, I deal with Israel now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have I forget what his name is. The brother who he used to box. Yeah, I'm gonna have him on the show. I definitely support, encourage. Like if you are in the area where Louisville, Cincinnati, and all that near Israel now, I'm 100 on board with that ministry. I support, and I would encourage people to fellowship with them. They're a good ministry, good brothers, man. Dealt a lot with them. They got the right spirit. So yeah, I like Israel now. But yeah, so you hear me here, this lesson I did, I'm telling y'all to take action steps, to do something. I'm not going to have you come in here, get in this emotional state, then I come out, do a message, and I'm yelling, and getting you even more emotional, shaking you down for your money. Them doing more music gets you even more emotional, then send you on your way. Because now, what's the difference between my service and I might as well just give you a blunt to smoke? Because I'm giving you what? A high. It lasts for a little while, then you go on about your week. That's what these religious establishments do. They give you an emotional high through sorcery, through verbal and auditory manipulation, and you get high, and you like, I feel good, and then you go back to the way the emotional high comes down, you go back to what you want. What I've done here, I've given you instruction and action steps to begin to combat what you've been fighting for years. All right? Brandon Thomas, go ahead and just email me on that email that's on the screen right there, and I'll send you my playlist. And I'm just saying, I didn't edit it, so it's hard. It's you know, my playlist is hard. It's hardcore. It's Hebrew music in there too, but it's just straight up. But you'll see, you know. But I'll send you my YouTube playlist. So just email me at info@spiritualcombat.org. That email address you see right up there. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number down because I'm done taking calls. I'm going to encourage all the men to go on and get on the prayer call. And like I said, listen to the music I play at the beginning of my shows, Brandon. You know, you'll hear the warrior thing in that. As a matter of fact, one of the songs I'm going to play when I take the show off is a pretty hardcore one I like. But Beloved Daweed, let me put him up here so you can see him. That's my dude. Like I'm big on his music. I've had him on the show before. So what you do is go on YouTube and type in Mind Culture, and he makes a lot of music, so you have to just go on there and go through his songs. John Lutcher, he'll drop an album, and he always got one song on there that I just play out. It'd be on point. Josh Cullins, the Hebrew Nation Builders, you go to their site. They do a lot of teaching, but they do music too. They got Fire in My Soul, Moray, Tekoa Malachi. That's one of my jams. So yeah, well, I'll take you out with a couple of them. You'll see them when I put them up here. But let me put this on the screen now so you can see it. You might be able to see it. But if you could see that, I'll make it bigger. See, if you could see those names, those are some of the songs I think are just on point. You know? Just warfare, combat, encouragement for the battlefield music. That's what you need when you're in war. You need encouragement on that battlefield. All right. Let me see what y'all saying over here. Yeah. And this is the thing. Somebody said, I saw a couple clips where Benny Hinn had his music and he seen the women in there twitching and all that. What the Bible says, just to show you all that, because I for the longest I was confused on a lot of that stuff that they would put out there with all that activity with people falling out and all that stuff like that. The Bible says you will know them by their fruits. What you look at is, you don't look at how much they twitch and spaz out and all that church antics and all that crap going on. You look at their character, how they behave, how they act. If you know them, watch them, watch what's going on. And there's no way to fool you that way. And I mean, I'm going to just be 100. I watch a lot of people who do that. They be the worst sinners. You know, and I'll leave it at that. I keep it 100 like that. I don't get caught up in all the, oh, it's a name in there, Jesus, oh, and they in there, all that. But I know. I'm like, they phonies, whatever. Because the Bible tells you look at the fruits. It didn't say look at how they twitch and praise and worship and how many laps they make around the church and if they fall back and all this stuff. It don't say that. You can't. That ain't nowhere in there. I keep it simple and 100. And I don't care. I don't care. Like, I ain't. A lot of people feel bad. I used to feel bad for, well, maybe they. Nah. I question everything. And I through using that, knowing people by their fruits, I done seen whole congregations that's wicked as hell. From the pastor all the way down to the kids in it. All right? It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to, again, if any of y'all are watching, if you're in the Jacksonville area, today we are having our Shabbat. We were going to have it at the beach, but due to weather, the location has changed to this location here at 1 p.m. That's the address. Also, I want to encourage the men to, they got the prayer line up now. Like I said, I'm blessed by the Most High Yah to have some solid brothers who have stepped up and, they battle right by my side. So they've got the prayer line up and going already. I see Malachi, our prayer soldier, prayer general. He's in there. He's going to be on a prayer call. So again, call in to the prayer line. I'm getting ready to go on the prayer line now. But this is the number, and you just hit this this code here to come in. All right. And with that said, y'all, also I want to reiterate again. You're getting the early notice about this. I'm gonna be doing, in light of this thing that happened over there where that guy went into the mosque and shot all those people up. I'm gonna be doing a self-defense, weapons safety, and security conference. We're gonna learn how to protect our people, okay, and ourselves. We're going to go over how to secure your home, and if you're having an event, how to secure it, what to happen if something like that happens where somebody comes in shooting. And I'm going to just tell y'all now, if you're in your Shabbat or whatever and something like that happens, there ain't no running, there ain't no hiding. You got to go charge that person and fight him because your loved ones are in there. So if you run and hide, your brothers and sisters are going to get killed. You got to go to war with it. Okay, that's the short of it. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna be doing a conference in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. In it's gonna be, now this is a tentative date, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be May 26th in Atlanta. So begin to clear your calendars. Get out there if you can. A lot more information is gonna be coming, and so definitely make sure, I want to encourage y'all to come on out there and register for it. But with that said, join us in Jacksonville for our Spiritual Combat Shabbat. This is a new location due to weather. And also the prayer call. Get on the prayer call now. This is the dial-in number, 605-468-8715. Access code 533. Okay, access code 533144. Okay, that's the access code, 533144. And with that said, y'all, I am going to take it out with some of my praise and worship music, so y'all can hear the type of stuff that I get down with, and we'll take you out with my man.
Rest of my life, rest of my life. Rest of my life, rest of my forever. Yeah. This is my job for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. This is my job for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my. Telling the truth. rest of my life. Loving the most high, all of my life. Rest of my life, rest of my life, rest of my life. Yeah. I'm standing my ground. The truth is the weapon. Please don't Malcolm X me. They shunning the message and killing the messenger. All over words. It must be the truth that I'm telling. These devils offended. You call it they trash. Don't buy up the shit that they selling. They label you bad. God know what leads to the flags. Know what they hide. Know that my homeland ain't where I reside. Hey, who am I kid? I'm speaking to ears that never do listen. You gotta be talking them digits. Helping the children. Principal mission. I am a pediatrician. I'm done with this story. Get it, this story. Brother, I'm doing my story. Cause we are the people. I'd rather be better, never that equal. The feelings is mutual. Ain't speaking no evil. Examine your leader. Not doing religion. I'm open with politics. Calling me so controversial. They say I'm too rough, but spit is so eloquent. Like I be spitting in curses. Their business is personal. Won't charge you for food. Won't do what a church do. I do what a nurse do. I call on a doctor and wait on my number. Forever I'm humble. I live with my shame. Let me die with some honor. 100. This is my job for the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my life. This is my job for the rest of my life. This is the job for the rest of my telling the truth. Rest of my life. Loving the most high. All of my life. Rest of my life. Rest of my life.